Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy Lee, and today I'll be analysing the character Alice from the novel Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I'm going to look at how her gender played a great significant role in the 19th century from which the novel was written. First, I'll explain the Carroll Myth and Carroll himself, and how this relates to the creation of the character Alice. Next, I'll explain Victorian Society in which Carroll lived in, and what the popular beliefs and values were at the time. And finally, I'll look at the characterization of Alice and how she contradicts the popular beliefs and values at the time. So, the Carroll Myth. I think what should be noted first is that Lewis Carroll was just a pseudonym. His real name was Charles Dodgson. It is believed that he wrote under the name Lewis Carroll to hide his identity and keep the name Lewis Carroll as a sort of mystery. Others believe he used a pseudonym to remain anonymous, as I guess people saw the novel as pretty controversial and strange. I myself found the novel very strange. Yeah, it's a very unique story, and I guess a common myth about Carroll is that people thought he was on drugs when he was writing the story. The Carroll myth itself is basically that, well, he was a pedophile who was emotionally focused on prepubescent girls and didn't like boys. He's been described as a man who struggled to master his differing sexual appetites. The Carroll myth not only came about because people found the novel strange, but because people misinterpreted his relationships and the term child friend. Charles coined the term child friend, which means any female at least under 40 with whom he shared a special relationship with. Charles had a child friend, named Alice Little, and obviously she's seen as the one who the character Alice is based on. To me, I feel that the relationship with child friends, and in particular Alice Little, was one of the key reasons he was able to create such an interesting story with such a unique character. I guess that I see that the Carroll myth was created due to his past relationships, and the strange difference people saw in the character Alice compared to other traditional fictional female characters during the time. So, now that we understand how the character Alice came to be, we can move on to looking at Victorian society. So, during the Victorian era, there were gender differences and stereotypes. Females in particular were stereotyped greatly. They were generalized as being innocent, pure, gentle, and submissive to men. Now here's a photo of what women wore during the time, and I guess what they were expected to wear. Now compare this to what Alice wore in the original artwork for the first novel. Notice how she's dressed as a Victorian woman. However, she behaves like she's not gentle, pure, she's none of that. She's kind of her own person, she's more independent. Now, I think in a way, Carroll's using irony here, where it's ironic that she's dressed like a Victorian woman, but really isn't one at all. So I guess, living in the Victorian era where women were greatly oppressed, Carroll decided to, create a character which doesn't follow these beliefs at all. Because he really opposed these views. He had child friends, which meant he had a strong relationship with women, and he opposed what society thought of them. And through the character Alice, I guess it kind of helped making the novel and the character herself pretty significant. So, characterization of Alice. I think what should be noted first here is that Alice is not your usual Snow White or princess character. She's not some damsel in distress waiting to be saved by a prince. I describe her as she's more of an independent explorer. She's curious, courageous, and she doesn't really she doesn't take authority from anyone else. She contradicts the stereotypes and beliefs of women during the Victorian era. And I guess Carroll opposed this as he didn't believe women should be generalized at all. For example, in chapter 4, the White Rabbit mistakes Alice for a housemaid, a stereotypical role for women during the Victorian era. And Alice says to herself, she goes,
"He took me for his housemaid. How surprised he'll be when he finds out who I am."
So from this example, we can see that she can distinguish herself from such roles. She doesn't conform with society's expectations. Now, I believe this is a strong asset of Alice herself. To me, it seems that Carroll wants to create a unique story and a unique character who differentiates herself from popular beliefs of society. He achieves this through the characterization of Alice, making her a unique, strong character. Her gender had a great significance during the 19th century, as she was a character who went against society and is seen as a role model for young women to be independent. So, to sum up, Carroll had a history of having child friends who were seen as influences in the creation of Alice. And due to these relationships, the Carroll Myth came about, where people saw him as a type of pedophile, I guess, who really liked young girls. During Victorian Society, women were stereotyped and generalised, and Carroll disagreed with these ideas. And Alice's characterization in the novel reveals this, which shows how significant her gender is, as it opposed 19th century ideologies. And I guess Carroll used this to obviously show that he did not agree with these ideas. So, remember, if you ever meet the Queen of Hearts and her army, don't let them hurt you, because